Hello everyone. Welcome back to TVP Wildlife, the channel where we dive deep into the incredible wonders of the animal kingdom. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our fascinating explorations. Today, we're going to talk about an animal that has walked alongside humans for thousands of years. They are mysterious, graceful, sometimes aloof, but always enchanting, the cat. The origins and history of cats. When we talk about cats, it's easy to imagine the fluffy tabby curled up on a sofa, or a sleek Siamese stretching in the sunlight. But the story of cats begins millions of years ago, long before humans even appeared on Earth. Cats belong to the family Felidae, a group of carnivorous mammals that includes lions, tigers, leopards, and cheetahs. The earliest cat-like ancestors appeared about 25 million years ago during the Oligocene epoch. They were not exactly like today's cats but shared key characteristics: sharp retractable claws, keen senses, and the agility that would one day define the species. The domestic cat we know today, Felis catus, traces its roots back to the African wildcat, Felis libyca. This small, sandy-colored feline roamed the savannas of North Africa and the Middle East. Around 10,000 years ago, during the dawn of agriculture, humans began to settle into farming communities, storing grains in large quantities. With grains came rodents, and with rodents came wildcats. At first, it was a simple mutual benefit. The wildcats hunted mice and rats, while humans tolerated their presence. Over time, a bond formed. The tamest and friendliest wildcats stayed close to villages, reproduced, and gradually evolved into what we now call domestic cats. No story of cats is complete without mentioning ancient Egypt. Egyptians didn't just keep cats, they worshipped them. Cats were associated with the goddess Bastet, the deity of home, fertility, and protection. Killing a cat, even accidentally, was considered a grave crime. Families mummified their cats, burying them with honor, sometimes even in elaborate tombs. Egyptian art often depicted cats sitting regally beside noble families, showing their elevated status. These felines weren't just companions, they were protectors of food supplies and symbols of divine grace. From Egypt, cats spread across the globe. Traders and sailors carried them on ships, where cats served as natural pest control against rats. In ancient Rome, cats became symbols of liberty and independence. In Asia, especially in China and Japan, cats gained a reputation for good fortune and prosperity. The famous Maneki Neko, or beckoning cat, is a cultural icon that remains popular today. But not every era was kind to cats. During the Middle Ages in Europe, cats were often linked to witchcraft and the supernatural. Black cats, in particular, became feared symbols of bad luck. Tragically, this led to mass killings of cats, which ironically worsened the plague problem, since fewer cats meant more rats spreading disease. Unlike dogs, which were bred into hundreds of specialized forms, cats remained relatively uniform until recent centuries. Today, however, we see a wide variety of cat breeds, from the elegant Persian with its long silky coat to the nearly hairless Sphinx, known for its wrinkled skin and striking eyes. Each breed tells a different story of human preference, adaptation, and sometimes pure curiosity. Yet, beneath the surface, all domestic cats remain closely related to their wild ancestors. What makes cats fascinating is that, unlike dogs, they were never fully domesticated. Cats chose humans as much as humans chose cats. They remain fiercely independent, retaining hunting instincts and solitary behaviors. In a way, every cat you see, whether prowling in an alley or purring on a lap, is still carrying the wild spirit of its ancestors. The origins and history of cats. In the next part, we'll dive deep into the anatomy and physical features of cats, how their eyes see in the dark, how their whiskers sense vibrations, and what makes their bodies so agile and powerful. Stay tuned, because this journey is only just beginning. Paw anatomy and physical features of cats. When we look at a cat, we see elegance wrapped in fur. But beyond their soft coats and captivating eyes lies one of the most finely tuned biological designs in the animal kingdom. Cats are not just pets, they're precision-built predators, blending stealth, agility, and sensory genius. Let's break down their anatomy. From nose to domestic cats may appear small compared to their big cat cousins, but their bodies are structured with the same predatory blueprint. On average, a domestic cat weighs between 3 to 6 kilograms, 6 to 13 pounds. Though some breeds can be smaller or significantly larger, their bodies are compact yet muscular, designed for explosive bursts of speed and remarkable flexibility. The skeleton of a cat is composed of about 230 to 250 bones. Depending on whether their tail is long or short, their backbone is especially flexible, with intervertebral discs that allow incredible twisting movements. This flexibility explains why cats can land on their feet, contort mid-air, and squeeze through tight spaces. Cats are natural-born athletes. Their bones are light yet strong, and they are supported by powerful muscles. The muscles of their hind legs are particularly impressive, allowing them to leap up to 6 times their body length in a single bound. Their shoulders are loosely attached to the rest of the skeleton, which means they can move their front legs with extraordinary range. Unlike humans, cats walk on their toes, digitigrade locomotion, which gives them a silent, springy stride perfect for stalking prey. One of the most striking features of a cat is its eyes. Large in proportion to their head, a cat's eyes are adapted for low-light hunting. Inside, their retinas contain a high number of rod cells, which are extremely sensitive to dim light. This allows cats to see up to 6 times better than humans in the dark. Behind the retina lies a reflective layer called the tapetum lucidum, which acts like a mirror, bouncing light back through the retina to increase vision in darkness. This is why cats' eyes appear to glow in the dark when light shines on them. Cats also have vertical slit pupils, which can contract tightly in bright light and expand dramatically in darkness. This unique feature gives them precise control over how much light enters their eyes, crucial for both day and night activity. Interestingly, cats don't see the world in full color like we do. They are believed to see a limited spectrum, mainly blues and greens, with less sensitivity to reds. Their world is less about bright colors and more about movement and contrast. Cats' ears are tall, pointed, and incredibly mobile. Each ear contains over 30 tiny muscles, allowing them to rotate nearly 180 degrees independently. This means a cat can pinpoint the source of a sound without moving its body. Their hearing range is phenomenal. Cats can hear frequencies between 48 Hz and 85 kHz, far beyond the range of human hearing. This includes ultrasonic sounds made by rodents, which cats can detect even in complete darkness. Their sensitive ears also pick up subtle changes in sound direction and intensity, giving them a 3D map of their environment through audio alone. Although cats don't rely on smell as much as dogs, their noses are still powerful tools. They have about 50 to 80 million olfactory receptors, compared to humans with only 5 million. Smell plays a big role in communication, territory marking, and identifying food. Cats use scent glands located around their cheeks, forehead, and paws to mark objects in their territory. When your cat rubs its face against you or furniture, it's not just showing affection, it's leaving its scent as a way of claiming ownership. A cat's whiskers, or vibrissae, are not just facial decorations. They are highly sensitive tactile hairs deeply embedded in the skin and connected to nerve endings. These whiskers can detect the slightest change in air currents, helping cats sense nearby obstacles or prey. Even in the dark, whiskers also act like measuring tools. Their length is roughly equal to the width of a cat's body, allowing the animal to judge whether it can fit through narrow spaces. When a cat pushes its whiskers forward, it's focusing on an object or prey, almost like aiming a weapon. Cats' paws are marvels of engineering. Soft, padded, and silent, they allow cats to move stealthily. Each paw contains retractable claws, razor-sharp tools that stay protected when not in use. Unlike dogs, cats can extend and retract their claws at will. These claws are vital for hunting, climbing, and defense. They also help cats stretch and maintain balance. A scratching post, from a cat's perspective, is not just for fun, it's an essential tool to keep claws sharp and muscles strong. Cats also have sweat glands in their paw pads, which release scent markers as they walk. That's why when a cat kneads or scratches, it's leaving behind both physical and chemical signatures. As obligate carnivores, Cats have a dental structure designed for meat eating. They possess 30 sharp teeth, incisors for nibbling and grooming, canines for puncturing and gripping prey, premolars and molars for shearing flesh, not grinding plants. Their jaws can only move up and down, not side to side like ours, making them efficient for slicing meat but useless for chewing vegetation. The tail of a cat is not just for beauty, it's an essential balancing tool. When walking along narrow ledges or making sharp turns at high speeds, the tail acts like a counterweight. It also serves as a communication device, expressing emotions such as excitement, irritation, or confidence. A straight-up tail often signals friendliness, while a twitching tip might mean agitation. Understanding a cat's tail language is like reading its emotions in real time. One of the most beloved aspects of cats is their fur. Coats come in a dazzling variety of lengths, patterns, and colors, from solid black to calico, tabby stripes to Siamese points. Each pattern tells a story of genetics and adaptation. The fur serves practical purposes too. It insulates cats against cold and protects their skin. Cats also have a grooming instinct that keeps their coats meticulously clean, using their rough tongues covered in tiny hook-like papillae to comb through their fur. Some breeds, like the Sphinx, have little to no hair, while others, like the Maine Coon, sport luxurious thick coats adapted for colder climates. Cats are world-class athletes thanks to their lightning-fast reflexes. They can sprint at speeds up to 30 miles per hour, leap extraordinary heights, and twist mid-air to land safely, a skill known as the riding reflex. Kittens develop this reflex within weeks of being born, by arching their spine and rotating their head and body in sequence. Cats almost always land on their feet after a fall, combined with their flexible skeleton and padded paws. This makes them surprisingly resilient. Paw behavior, personality, and social life of cat. Cats are often described as mysterious creatures. Unlike dogs, which wear their emotions on their tails and faces, cats are subtle, reserved, and sometimes unpredictable. But beneath that enigmatic exterior lies a rich world of behaviors, complex communication methods, and surprisingly deep social dynamics. One of the most fascinating aspects of cats is their balance between independence and sociability. Domestic cats are descended from solitary hunters, the African wildcat. Unlike wolves or lions, which thrive in packs or prides, wildcats preferred to live and hunt alone. This solitary nature is still visible in our house cats today. Yet, cats are not completely antisocial. Given the right environment, they can form close bonds not only with humans but also with other cats. In multi-cat households, you may see them grooming each other, sleeping in piles, or playing together. In the wild, feral cats sometimes form colonies, loose social groups that gather around abundant food sources like fishing docks or farms. So while cats maintain their streak of independence, they also have a surprising capacity for social connection when it benefits them. Cats don't speak in the way dogs do with barks and growls. Instead, they rely on a mix of vocalizations, body language, and scent marking. Vocalizations. Cats have an extensive vocal repertoire: purring, meowing, hissing, growling, chirping, trilling, and even yowling. Interestingly, adult cats rarely meow at each other. Meows are primarily reserved for communicating with humans. It's as if cats developed a unique language just for us. Purring. One of the most endearing sounds in the world. Purring is usually associated with contentment, but cats also purr when they're in pain or anxious. Scientists believe it may have a self-healing function, as the vibrations of a purr fall within a frequency range that promotes tissue regeneration. Body language. Cats use their tails, ears, whiskers, and posture to communicate. A relaxed, upright tail signals friendliness. Flattened ears mean fear or aggression. Slow blinking is a gesture of trust and affection, sometimes called a cat kiss. Scent. Cats live in a world of smells. They mark territory with urine, rub scent glands on objects, and use pheromones to communicate unseen messages. What looks like a simple cheek rub against your leg is actually a chemical declaration: you belong to me. Even the fluffiest indoor cat is a predator at heart. Cats are obligate carnivores, hardwired to stalk, pounce, and capture prey. The famous stalk and pounce behavior is visible even in kittens, who practice their hunting skills through play. Playtime with toys like feathers or laser pointers isn't just entertainment, it's a safe outlet for their natural hunting instincts. That's why cats often bring gifts, like dead mice or insects, to their owners. In their mind, they're sharing food with their family group. Cats are champions of sleep. On average, a cat sleeps between 12 to 16 hours a day, sometimes even up to 20 hours. But this doesn't mean they're lazy. Cats are crepuscular, meaning they are most active at dawn and dusk, the prime hunting hours in the wild. Their sleep isn't always deep, much of it is light, allowing them to wake instantly if danger or opportunity arises. This is why you might see your cat twitching its ears or tail even while asleep. Curiosity isn't just a cliché, it's an essential trait of feline survival. Cats explore their environment with cautious interest, testing boundaries and examining new objects. Play, especially in kittens, is a way of developing survival skills. Chasing, pouncing, and wrestling mimic hunting and fighting techniques. Even adult cats often retain this playful streak, which is why they love batting at strings, climbing shelves, or squeezing into boxes. These activities satisfy their instinctive need to explore and conquer their environment. Territory is everything to a cat. They see the world as a patchwork of personal zones, each marked with scent, scratches, and familiarity. A cat's home is its castle, and disruptions, like a new pet or rearranged furniture, can cause stress. Territorial disputes are common in multi-cat households. Some cats establish clear hierarchies, while others constantly clash. Providing enough vertical space, hiding spots, and resources can help minimize conflict. While domestic cats are often solitary, feral cats sometimes form colonies. These groups usually revolve around abundant food sources. Within these colonies, female cats, queens, often cooperate, nursing and protecting each other's kittens. Males, on the other hand, may roam between colonies, seeking mates. These colonies demonstrate that cats, while not pack animals, can adapt to social living when circumstances allow. It's a flexible survival strategy that highlights their intelligence and resilience. Why do cats bond with humans at all? Some argue it's purely transactional: food, shelter, warmth. But cat owners know it goes deeper. Cats can form strong emotional attachments to their humans, seeking comfort, companionship, and even protection. Signs of affection include head-butting, bunting, kneading with their paws, following you from room to room, sleeping on or near you, slow blinking. These gestures may seem small, but in the feline world, they are profound expressions of trust. Every cat has a unique personality, influenced by genetics, upbringing, and environment. Some cats are bold and adventurous, others are shy and cautious. Breeds can also influence temperament. For example, Siamese cats are known for being vocal and social, while Persians are often calmer and more laid back. But just like humans, each cat is an individual. Even within the same breed or litter, no two cats behave exactly alike. Perhaps what makes cats so captivating is this very unpredictability. They can be loving one moment and aloof the next, playful today and reserved tomorrow. Their behaviors are a blend of ancient instinct and modern adaptation, making them endlessly fascinating companions. Living with a cat is like living with a tiny piece of the wild, an animal that chooses to share its life with us but never loses its independence. That balance of closeness and mystery is what draws so many people into the world of cats. Cats and human civilization, from ancient temples to modern homes. From the dawn of agriculture to today's modern apartments, cats have shared an extraordinary journey with humankind. Unlike dogs, which were actively domesticated for labor and companionship, cats largely chose us. They wandered into our grain stores, hunted our pests, and slowly wove themselves into our cultures, myths, and households. This unique relationship has shaped civilizations and continues to evolve today. No chapter in the history of cats is as iconic as their role in ancient Egypt. For Egyptians, cats were not just useful animals, they were sacred beings. Cats were associated with Bastet, the goddess of home, fertility, and protection, often depicted as a woman with the head of a lioness or domestic cat. Families kept cats not only for pest control but also for spiritual protection. To harm a cat, even accidentally, was a serious crime. Cats were mummified with the same reverence as humans, and vast cat cemeteries have been discovered, filled with carefully preserved feline remains. Egyptian art immortalized cats in statues, paintings, and jewelry. Sleek and regal, they were symbols of grace, independence, and divine favor. The reverence Egyptians held for cats spread across the ancient world, cementing their status as animals of mystery and power. When cats arrived in Greece and Rome, they took on new cultural meanings. In Greece, cats were admired for their elegance and hunting skills. Romans, on the other hand, valued cats as symbols of liberty and independence. Unlike dogs, which represented loyalty and servitude, cats were admired for their self-sufficiency. Roman households kept cats for pest control, especially on farms and ships. Sailors particularly appreciated cats, as they kept grain stores safe from rodents during long voyages. Cats became global travelers, spreading across Europe and beyond. Cats also carved a special place in Asian cultures. In China, they were admired for their ability to protect silkworm farms by catching mice. Cats became associated with prosperity, good fortune, and long life. In Japan, cats were deeply respected. By the 6th century, Buddhist monks valued cats for protecting sacred texts from rodents. Over time, cats grew into beloved cultural icons. The famous Maneki Neko, or beckoning cat, symbolizes luck and is still seen in businesses and homes today. With one paw raised, the Maneki Neko is believed to attract wealth, happiness, and customers. Japanese folklore also introduced mystical cat figures, like the Bakaneko and Nekomata, supernatural cats with shape-shifting powers. These legends reflected both admiration and awe, reinforcing the idea that cats straddle the line between natural and spiritual worlds. While cats flourished in the ancient world, their fortunes shifted dramatically in medieval Europe. During this period, superstition and fear cast a shadow over the feline image. Cats, especially black ones, became linked with witchcraft, the devil, and the occult. This reputation led to widespread persecution. Cats were hunted, burned, or killed en masse, often as part of religious rituals. Tragically, this destruction of cats had unintended consequences, with fewer cats around to control rat populations. The spread of disease, including the devastating Black Plague, was worsened. Still, not all regions despised cats. In some rural communities, farmers continued to rely on them for rodent control. Cats remained useful, even when they were feared. By the Renaissance, attitudes toward cats began to soften. Artists like Leonardo da Vinci sketched cats with admiration, capturing their elegance and charm. Writers and poets described cats with affection, noting their playful and mysterious qualities. Cats started to reappear in households, valued both for companionship and practical use. This revival of appreciation set the stage for cats to regain their place in European homes and culture. Another important role cats played was that of sailor companions. On ships, cats were indispensable, keeping supplies free of rodents and serving as comforting presences for sailors on long, perilous journeys. Famous voyages often included cats. For example, cats sailed on Viking ships, British naval vessels, and trading ships that traveled between continents. It was through these sea journeys that cats spread to the Americas, Australia, and remote islands. Today, feral cat populations in far-flung places can often be traced back to these maritime adventures. By the 18th and 19th centuries, cats had firmly established themselves in homes across Europe and North America. They transitioned from being purely working animals to beloved companions. Victorian society, with its fascination for pets, elevated cats to symbols of domestic comfort. Cat shows began to emerge, celebrating different breeds and appearances. The first major cat show took place in London in 1871, showcasing breeds like the Persian and Siamese. This event marked the beginning of formal cat breeding and the diversification of feline varieties we see today. Throughout history, cats have inspired writers, painters, and poets. Edgar Allan Poe famously wrote about his cat in The Black Cat. T.S. Eliot penned whimsical poems about cats that later inspired the hit musical Cats. Artists from every era, from ancient Egyptian sculptors to modern internet meme creators, have found fascination in feline elegance. Cats became muses for painters, characters in fairy tales, and subjects of photography. Their image, whether mysterious, comical, or regal, never ceased to captivate human imagination. In the 21st century, cats achieved a new level of global fame thanks to the internet. Videos of cats jumping, chasing lasers, or simply looking adorable became viral sensations. Memes like Grumpy Cat and Nyan Cat turned felines into cultural icons. Why did cats dominate the digital age? Perhaps it's their combination of cuteness, unpredictability, and relatability. Their antics are endlessly entertaining, and their expressive faces make them perfect subjects for memes and viral content. The internet didn't just make cats famous, it reshaped their role in our lives. Cats are now more than pets, they're global celebrities, influencers, and even brand ambassador. In the modern era, cats have also taken on therapeutic roles. Studies show that owning a cat can reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and even decrease the risk of heart disease. Their purring provides comfort, and their quiet companionship is especially valuable for people living alone. Therapy cats now visit hospitals, nursing homes, and schools, bringing comfort to patients and students. The bond between cats and humans, once rooted in practicality, has evolved into one of deep emotional connection. Today, cats are among the most popular pets worldwide. From bustling cities to quiet villages, they share our homes, our beds, and our lives. In many ways, cats reflect the societies they live in, sometimes independent, sometimes affectionate, always fascinating. The journey of cats through human civilization is not just about animals adapting to people, it's about a mutual relationship that has shaped culture, history, and even our daily lives. From temples and myths to memes and therapy, cats continue to hold a unique place in the human story. Mysteries, legends, and the future of cats. Cats are unlike any other animal we have invited into our homes. They straddle the line between the familiar and the mysterious, between the everyday and the mythical. Throughout history, cats have inspired legends, been worshipped as gods, feared as omens, and cherished as companions. And even today, in our modern scientific world, they remain cloaked in a veil of mystery. Let's explore the myths and legends that surround them, the unanswered questions science still grapples with, and what the future may hold for these extraordinary creatures. Few animals have been woven into the fabric of mythology as deeply as cats. Egyptian myths. In ancient Egypt, cats were sacred to Bastet, the goddess of home and fertility. Legends say Bastet protected families from evil spirits and diseases, especially those threatening children. Cats were thought to carry her divine essence, making them guardians of both the physical and spiritual world. Norse mythology. In Scandinavia, cats pulled the chariot of Freya, the goddess of love and fertility. Farmers believed treating cats kindly would secure Freya's blessing, ensuring good harvests. Japanese folklore. Stories of the Bakaneko and Nekomata describe supernatural cats capable of shape-shifting into humans or wielding powers over the dead. While eerie, these legends highlight the awe and respect Japanese culture has always shown toward cats. European superstitions. During the Middle Ages, cats, especially black ones, were linked to witches. Some believed cats were witches' familiars or even witches themselves in disguise. Yet, in other traditions, black cats symbolized luck and prosperity. To this day, stepping across a black cat's path can mean bad luck in one culture and good fortune in another. These stories show how cats have always been seen as liminal beings, creatures that walk between worlds. Natural and supernatural. Even with modern science, cats hold many secrets. Purring. We know cats purr when happy, but they also purr when stressed, sick, or injured. Some scientists suggest purring is a form of self-healing, as the vibrations, between 25 to 150 Hz, may stimulate tissue repair and bone growth. Yet, the exact mechanism and purpose of purring remain an enigma. Navigation skills. Cats have an uncanny ability to find their way home from long distances, a phenomenon called homing instinct. How they do this is still debated. Some theories suggest they use Earth's magnetic fields, while others point to an acute sense of smell or sound recognition. Dreams and sleep. Cats spend much of their lives asleep. But what do they dream about? Studies show cats experience REM sleep, the stage where dreaming occurs in humans. Observing twitching paws and whiskers suggests they relive hunting experiences. But do they dream of their humans? Their homes? We may never know. Cats' nocturnal habits and reflective eyes have always fueled beliefs in their connection to the supernatural. Seeing a cat staring at nothing in the room has led many to wonder, are they seeing things we cannot? Their acute senses allow them to detect sounds and movements beyond human perception, making it easy to imagine they perceive hidden realms. In some cultures, cats are said to protect their owners from spirits. A cat sleeping at the foot of the bed was thought to guard the sleeper from nightmares or wandering souls. Even today, many people feel a comforting, almost mystical presence when their cat curls up beside them. While myths surround them, cats are also subjects of serious scientific study. Behavioral scientists study feline psychology to better understand their interactions with humans. Genetic research continues to reveal how closely related domestic cats remain to their wild ancestors. Culturally, cats dominate the modern imagination. They appear in films, literature, and art, from the elegant Aristocats to the eerie Cheshire Cat in Alice in Wonderland. Online, cats rule supreme. YouTube cat videos, memes, and viral sensations have turned ordinary felines into global celebrities. Cats have also entered the realm of space exploration, literally. In 1963, Félicette, a French cat, was launched into space as part of scientific experiments. Though her story was overshadowed by dogs and monkeys, she remains the first cat to travel beyond Earth. As we look ahead, what role will cats play in our world? Several possibilities stand out. Companionship in a changing world, with urbanization and smaller living spaces. Cats may become even more popular than dogs. Their independence and adaptability make them ideal pets for modern lifestyles. Therapy and emotional support. As awareness of mental health grows, therapy cats may play a larger role. Their calming presence and ability to bond quietly make them perfect companions for stress relief and healing. Conservation and ethics. Free-roaming cats pose ecological challenges, particularly to bird populations. The future may involve balancing cats' roles as companions with responsible ownership, such as spaying, neutering, and keeping them indoors to protect wildlife. Technology and cats. From smart collars that track health to robotic toys that simulate prey, technology will continue to shape how we care for and interact with cats. We may even see advancements in understanding feline communication through AI-assisted research. The enduring mystery. No matter how much science explains, cats will likely remain mysterious. Their independence, quiet intelligence, and enigmatic behaviors ensure they will always be more than just pets. They're living enigmas, creatures that remind us of the wild even as they curl up on our couches. From gods and legends to memes and therapy animals, cats have traveled with us across history, never losing their aura of mystery. They are hunters and healers, companions and enigmas, sacred beings and silly clowns. Perhaps the greatest mystery of all is why they choose us. Unlike dogs, they were never truly tamed. They simply decided one day to walk beside us. And they continue to make that choice. Every time they curl up in our laps, blink slowly in affection, or follow us from room to room. The story of cats is, in many ways, the story of humanity's fascination with beauty, independence, and the unknown. And as long as cats exist, our bond with them will continue, timeless, evolving, and filled with wonder. And that wraps up our deep dive into the world of cats. From their ancient origins and mysterious behaviors to their role in human history and their bright future ahead, cats remain one of the most fascinating creatures on Earth. Thank you for watching TVP Wildlife. If you enjoyed this journey into the secret life of cats, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories from the animal kingdom. Until next time, stay curious, stay wild, and give your cat an extra scratch behind the ears from us. Paw.